Hey folks, Nick Tockert here with the Historical Fencing Guild. Pardon my disarray. I was grabbing trainers, and I'll talk about that in a minute. But first, we've got some folks we have to thank. I want to put a huge shout out to our good friends over at the Independent Creator Directory. That's IndieCD.org, your one-stop shop for the best and the brightest authors, artists, and musicians. And if you are a new creator and you are looking for a place and a community where you can join and get support, consider joining the numbers of the Independent Creator Directory. We are also made possible by sales of the Simple Sword, the Fighting Axe, and the Simple Spear, all part of my ongoing series of Western martial arts manuals designed to help you go from having never handled the sword to teaching the art to others. And of course, my patrons off in the woods: Frog G, Ronald, Riehn, Bladed Thesis, Brian K. Morris, Cindy Koepp, Steve Agosto, extra prayers to Steve, he's been through a lot lately, Don Dulas, Angelina, Vaquera-Linke, and Joe and Trilaina Bachman. I hope you guys are all having a great week. We are having a bit of difficulty because the heat in my study has gotten to the point where it's affecting my computer. So we may have a few more technical difficulties than anticipated. We are working on it. What happened is I had a lovely insulated reflective thing to keep the heat down in here from the window, and my cats realized there was a window back there, and a couple days ago completely shredded the internal to get to sit and look out the window. So that's going to affect my ability to be comfortable in here until I can sit down, take the whole rig down, and basically reapply stuff. Now, I have a lot to talk about in the field of Western martial arts, especially. Before I get into that, though, I need to put out a notice/request. If you have purchased anything from Purple Heart Armory intending to use my affiliate link, which I have both in the chat and it should be right here. It's been the same affiliate link for years. Something has gone wrong, and they have received no information that I have sent you guys, which means I have gotten 0 kickbacks. Now, I emailed Christian about this to try to figure out what is going on, but any of you who might have your orders handy, etc., I may want you guys to reach out to him and see what you can find out about it, because that's not quite right. And I don't think it's his fault. I think it's a technical issue of some sort. But again, I'm not even worried. The monetary kickback would be nice. I am trying to save up for a new mask, as mine is frankly dying. But I'm actually trying to save up for a coach/HEMA-grade fencing mask that's going to be like 1,200 newtons, because frankly, when I'm training new folks, stupid things happen. Now that we've covered the bit of negativity on there, we have I have some good news, and I'm actually staggered. And I am sorry. I had to go back downstairs because after practice, I put all the trainers away. And because I put the trainers away, I had to go retrieve them. And there's a lot. You see, this last weekend, we did have practice. And it was wonderful. Friend of the channel, supporter, and just incredible person, Rich Asplund Jr., came down and donated a vast quantity of trainers of the type that he's interested in for me to use. I will be reviewing them individually and filming that basically as I have time in the near future. We are winding down the incredible busy season for me and my wife for library related stuff. which gives me a bit of time to cool off. And as the temperatures do whatever they're going to do, I will record them. But this means we have the ability to do some things we've not been able to do. So I'm going to walk you through some of the trainers we received from Rich. I basically grabbed one of each that we got. And we also, because of the trainers and the new spear design that I have, which for those of you who are paying attention, on Amazon you can score, at least you could last time I looked, cold steel spearhead trainers. They're Santa Breen for about $12 with Prime. Give, tax. And I went to our good friends at Menards, which, I'm not sponsored by, but dear heaven, save big money at Menards. I love that hardware store. The Lippmann tapered head broom handles are $6.77. So for under $20, you can have a roughly 6 foot long spear trainer that is with reasonable calibration, remarkably safe to use. So though we didn't get footage of it, because of course nobody was available to help me get footage of this, Rich and I did get to have some light spear fighting demos. I got to play with the new swords a bit. Some I like better than others, but we're going to get into that too. And I'm going to show you the new swords. I'm very excited about something else we have because it ups my numbers enough to make it viable. And reminding anybody watching this who is local, next week should be another practice. Usual time, usual location. However, we're going to try to improve the whole video situation. So I'm going to get into that pile of trainers that's behind me. I'm going to be delighted because I'm delighted. And then I'm going to walk through each one, give an initial review, discuss what I like, what I don't like, and in general, where we're going to go from there. But first, I want to hit the chat, see what the chat has to say. I'm going to catch up with all of you guys, and then we're going to move forward. Because I've always got a little bit to say. And again, pardon my bedraggled appearance. I am cooking in here right now. Alrighty then. First through the door is Grimm's Dream. Hey, Grimm! How you doing, bud? Sent you a big old email back about your stuff. And I do hope you can think back and, you know who you need to message to. So the sooner you do that, the better the world will be. Joe stumbles in through the portal, looks around, drops a like, winks at the host, grabs the water, stumbles back through the portal. Hey, Joe, I understand you're busy. I understand the social networking hours that happen during my stream keep everyone a bit busy. But thank you for coming by. And thank you for all your support, Joe. I could not do what I do without you, at least the way I do it. Hey, all. Hey, Thesis. Now, I want to address something that was sent to me. Yes, I do teach Western martial arts. I do specialize in Western martial arts. Not solely. I dabble in anything that has an edge. If I can get a book or watch a practitioner, I can pick up something from it. But, yeah, Thesis is the one responsible under a different handle for putting up all those wonderful Chinese martial arts references on the Historical Fencing Guild public page. And I encourage you guys, if you're watching this, or you know someone who might be interested, join up there, talk, ask questions. It's a great place to get answers about martial activities. It's a great place to find things out. So please don't hesitate to give that a shot. And Grimm's greeting people, and Botrix is here. Hello, Botrix. You know I love you. Anyway, hello. Hello, Grimm. And hello, Churro. How are you doing, dear? You've been on my mind as well. I am working to possibly expand the drilling program at the library per certain people's requests. And I'm also looking to expand the Nerf program at the library per certain people's requests. I hope you all appreciate that and have interest, because there's no reason we shouldn't be able to walk through slowly with the right equipment. Nick, why don't you get a new mask for yourself? Well, you keep buying gear for everybody else. I know, but but good things are indeed coming. So that is coming down the pipe too. And Grim is talking to Churro and giving love, and everyone's greeting Churro. He says, Joe and Grim. That was an amazing video. The walking staff video was very good. I need to do my own video because I need to cover or revisit the subject of using a walking staff as a defensive object when you require it for assistance. You get what I'm saying? Because I see some great videos, much like Thesa showed, but they often assume walking stick is being used by somebody who is using that as a long distance travel aid, not a mobility aid, which is indeed different. So I want to do that, and I love the video you put out. And like I said, Thesis puts out some great videos on our channel. I wanted to really shout him out. Richie puts out some great videos. Occasionally Trilaina does. She's been very busy working with Ruby and tangentially through with Kitty. So I'm really excited that. And Houston, Texas Dave is historically spearing his kebab and enjoying dinner. That is the way to do it. One, martial arts, once you start embracing them, whatever you embrace, affect every aspect in your life. You start to move, you start to flex, you start to function forever affected. And that's a great thing for those of us, especially who have otherwise clumsy tendencies. But we're going to be going over a lot of things in the future, and I hope it affects you on all your levels. It's great hearing from Houston, Texas, Dave. Someday I want to go down to Houston and see at least one old friend and check in and maybe meet up with Houston, Texas Dave and a few others. I think that would be great. Mandy had some bad experiences down in Houston once many years ago when she was a little kid. So she's a little hesitant reflexively, but that's okay. We're working towards that too. Yes, thank you, Nick. I'm trying. I am trying very much because I want to at least give you guys guided experience walking through the different drills, and then even if we just drill every so often, that will go on. And I want to do a program if there's interest. And Churro, part of your homework on this is to ask around the group, the RPG group, the kids who don't come, the tangentials, the former ones, if there is interest in that kind of program, and talk to Manda. If it turns out there is, I will start doing something like that. Much like a guided Tai Chi, but with a sword in your hand. And it will be a case of there will be no contact, though. No parries, no contact, no nothing, save perhaps for me and a demoer, either me and my lovely wife, or me and Mr. Ricky, if he's willing to participate, or me and Maybe I could get Trilaina down. I would love to get Trilaina down. Uh, get Joey down, even Richie. But to walk you through, I say Trilaina first because she is the most aligned with my system of all the people I work with. So I think that would be good. But again, matter for discussion for a later day. We shall see. Hey there, strangers. AFK, but listening to you. Yep, I'm alive. I'm still kicking. Just here to say hi. Sarah, you are a dark angel, and I am so glad. Please, 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 by all that is good and holy, uh, get your travel plans set up so that you can come down and see us. Because I need to get I need my fighters again. I have to deal with some technical things, and then uh, move forward. Okay? Thank you. Hello, Sarah. Hi, Sarah. Always love to hear from you. And thanks for the shout out. Yes, I am responsible for the Chinese videos on the Facebook group and the resources. And it is important that you be acknowledged as that. Bladed Thesis has his own channel where every Saturday he goes over Chinese related materials. Sometimes he does product reviews. Sometimes he does other sword-based shenanigans or other weapons. I have a multitude of videos that he has put out that I used to advertise his channel on my other channel, the Nicholas Stockert channel. I don't run ads traditionally here, but I think we are in a place to do things. Okay? So, moving forward. Greetings for Sarah and lovely. And oh, bless your black heart. Oh, Sarah. You have to get down. We have to get fighting. You need a sword in your hand and a stave. And we have to discuss some other things that happen usually after fighting when the world is right and fires tend to burn. Because you and Trilaina need to be in the right place. Eventually, you and Churro need to be in the right place. Good things need to happen. Hey, Sarah. Hey, all. Hey, Kitty. You know, Kitty, and I'm asking this really from the bottom of my heart. I would love to see a video demo of you doing your rope dart and possibly any other styles you do, because I am fascinated, one, by things like rope dart and other styles. Even if it's not something I do, it is fascinating. So I would love to see some footage of that. From everything I've heard and the one image I've seen, you certainly have no reason to be bashful aesthetically. But like I said, I'm curious. And I ask this not just on my behalf, but on the people who have asked, hey, Nick, do you think you know somebody who does rope dart? Yes, I love Flow Mayhem, as you should. Do they have any videos? I don't know. I know she's a dance instructor, so it would make sense because it would be a good way to possibly promote your other business ties. But I will ask. And if you're uncomfortable with that, totally fine and dandy. However, they asked, so I ask. And Charles Green Kitty, and yes, Trey. I'd love to meet Trey and everyone else. Now, if you come September 19th to StompCon, which is I run two conventions currently in Fowler, Indiana. StompCon, which is my independent gaming convention. So I'm looking for independent gamers to come out and demo their games for a for a convention that's free for the public. I want to make this bigger and bigger to make it worthwhile so that we can keep having cons. Now, for those who are interested in the other side of things that I do at StompCon, There may be White Boot Arms and Artistry may also be selling slightly more advanced Nerf guns than the ones that I donate, because I don't donate ones that require magazines, and I don't donate ones that require batteries. But that's neither here nor there. And why does that have to do with this channel and what we're doing? That has to do with sorry. This has to do with how I get funding that I use to basically all my funding pools from all my efforts, and I put it where it is needed. Channel development, if I do something that develops the channel on the Historical Fencing Guild, I do something that develops that's going to help the Nick Talkert channel, my art side of things. When I do art commissions, the money often goes to, you see how it all kind of slashes around. But yes. She's literally your body double for the HFG. That is the nicest thing you've ever said to me, and probably the cruelest thing you've ever said to her. But I see your point. And Thesis is a great resource for Chinese martial arts, culture, and philosophy. And I'm not just saying that because you are together. On that subject, I want to say I really hope that I'm sorry, it is a million degrees in here. My hair is going bonkers because of running up and down the stairs. Unfortunately, I have very thick hair and has this tendency of breaking elastics. So I've had to switch to thicker and thicker elastics to tolerate the outward power. Oh, that feels so much better. It's been a long time since I've conventionally had long hair, but there we go. Yes, I want to see a world where you and Thesis can be literally, like you, Thesis, and Foxy can get together as the universe should allow. But I don't know how to make that happen. All I can do is support folks. And, we've got one of our kick bots. That's fine. I'll do my best. I'm not sure I'll be able to make it as long. I'm sure I'll be able to make it as long as nothing comes up. Well, that's fair and just. I just happen to know that if you want to meet Trey, that is one of the best ways to meet Trey. And now, since I've got to... yes. I will... Grimstream is an old friend of ours. We will discuss that in chat a little later, but you do know them. It's okay. It's been quite a while, and actually, Grim has been out of the picture for quite a while too. Much too much. Both y'all, I grieve. Like, I literally grieve. I miss you guys. Now, we're gonna go over some weaponry, if y'all don't mind, because I almost forgot. I hope. Y'all are gonna, my guildies, you're gonna hate me, and that's okay. But I think I'll leave that for last. I'll start off really strong, and then I'll end with my favorite. Does that sound good? Absolutely. 1 second. I'm getting questions from the direct chat. Who? No. That's not what I am looking for. Let me just answer this question real quick. There we go. That question was answered. It was sword related, but it was unfortunately personal. They were asking for a link. And all the love in the world to you, Sarah. Now, oh my God, guys. You don't know how good this is. Now, I will say, if this were a couple inches wider, I'd be in seventh heaven. This is the... Hey, no worries and no rush. I'm just going to promote what you do when you get back. Okay? Take the mental health break you need. I think I missed some messaging on that. If you're having problems with something, reach out, my friend. Seriously. Now, this is the big targe. It is just a touch loose. I'm going to have to tighten it. And it's a bit scuffed already, which happens. But this, I don't have the cold steel buckler. It's about that much wider. This is a beautiful round center boss shield. It is made out of the same cold steel stuff. But I've dealt with this stuff quite a bit over the years. I am very familiar with this material. And I am sorry, it got scuffed. And when this kind of plastic slides on, say, a driveway, it can get little burrs. But you can also just, if you happen to have an edged device, you can just cut the burrs off. Anyway, the nice thing about this is not only is it very big and very beefy. Oh my. Well, the nut and washer fell off. That's probably why it's a little rattly. I bet I have a nut and washer to fix that. If not, I get to go to Menards and replace that. I don't know when that happened. Well, of course, because if I knew when it happened, I would have caught that happened. Still, I have two of these. I love this dearly. Yeah, you'll notice there's already some scuff on it because this was delightfully used. Now, I'm really enjoying how this works and what it can do, but I'm most of all enjoying that I have two of them, which means not only can we do matched fighting, but we can do matched, we could do shield wall. So I have two shields like this. I have other shields we can dig out. In the very near future, if all goes well, there will be a variance passed in my town to allow certain things to happen, which means woohoo! And that means my garage will become accessible to me because I am highly allergic to something that is in the garage, allegedly, that goes bok, 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 bok. I love them, but I'm highly allergic to them. So they get to go outside into what will be, Fort Box. I don't know. I'm not sure what I'm going to call my chicken coop. But once that goes out, my garage will be cleaned up, and I will be able to operate as I should much better. I'm just sort of in this waiting game for legality. And then the world gets better. That we will encourage crossbreeding and see if we can't get them to be in a better place. Now, let's go back into the things. The comment numbers by the names are new to. Yes, that's something YouTube is doing. I am not accustomed to that. They are. It's been going for a couple of weeks. Yeah, I can't see that when I'm streaming through StreamYard, but you can. Yeah, number goes up for commenting. It encourages engagement. Speak of engagement, if you are enjoying this, please like, share, and subscribe to this so we can get the message out to more people. Thesis was going through some personal stuff, but he's been much happier lately. Anything we could do to help? Interesting. I eventually should be off the charts, knowing me. Oh, yes, my dear. You are. And do remember that our chats need to peak back up if you're in the area. You have been missed, and I know there's going to be tea to spill. 2 shields! Oh, yes. And shield checks, yes. But with these, we have enough to do line work and, oh, it's so good. It's so good. Combined with the 6-foot spears that I've been making, we can actually do, once we get a number of people out, shield wall versus shield wall combat. I think you guys will really enjoy it. I'm very excited. And let's see. Ruffle, shield checks. Bawk, bawk, bawk! Yes, the alleged garage chickens. Bawk. Chicken poop? Or did I hear that wrong? Well, there's chicken poop involved. There's always chicken poop involved. I have so much manure. But, yes, they're real. But the one that sat on Nick's found out what women are. Yeah. Puberty hit him hard. And in your chicken coop. Anyway. Hey, Dark Moon, how are you doing? And Sarah's trying to reclassify everyone. And hello, Angelina. I hope you're well. And no, Dark Moon's been here a long time. It's just been a while. And we have another whatever bot. So I'm just skipping that. And Churro, great to see you. So much going on. No extra braining can happen. It happens. We're going to make our way through it. I am still bad about my sword, but I am good. I can't wait to see what comes out of that, so I know. Dark Moon Miracle had a sword break that should not have. And it's quite, in my mind, quite the scandal. So I want to know all about it. Yeah, and yes, chicken coop. I'm sorry. I do have a speech impediment. Sometimes it kicks up. Yes, please do so. Now, we're going to go over some of the other swords, because I've been, messing out. I have more. I mean, a lot more. But, and these are all Purple Heart Armory. This is their CX. It is, again, this is, we'll have to take a link. This is almost, and yes, there is a video about Skullgrim. Oh, no, you do what you got to do, Mark, Dark Moon. And yes, there was a thing about dual wielding shields. I can wield shields quite aggressively, should the case be needed. But I like the CX for a sax. Speech impediment. This is a good length. This is a surprisingly good weight. I do, of course, prefer a guard. And as I hold this, my brain goes, it needs a pole. But yes, this flows nice, and I have 2 of them. And that means I'm going to have to do something that I've been putting off, which means I have to renew some studies to try and get my flow back. I don't talk about it a lot, but after the severe nerve damage incident that I incurred, I lost a lot. And I'm still trying to gain it back, which means certain activities are a little more challenging to learn again. So that means I will be spending a lot of time with certain Doug Marcaida videos on like 1/4 speed, trying to get my muscles to do what I tell them to do. And I may use both of these because their weight is so nice. It is present but light enough to flow well. I just want to get my the kind of flows you find in, I'm going to say it wrong, probably Krabi Krabong or Screama Kali. I want to get some of that flow to break the training scars I already have of studying so much in my own style. I want to be able to break out when necessary. And this little fellow will be very nice for it. It does flow well. It sings. It will heal. And yes, You can make fun of me, but my hands are small enough that I can dual wield this. I two-handed wield it, not dual wield. Well, I can dual wield it too. And I actually have enough room to Meyer. Now, I have not put the Nagels on, but I have two of the slightly flexier Dussicks, and I would be lying if I said I was anything but in love with these rigs. I may reach out. What I would really, really love is to get an Italian tactical side sword trainer, and get it made in this plastic, because this has better flex than some of the other plastics. So this thickness, because this is absolutely delightful. I don't know if I'll put the Nagels on, and I love that he's made them both reversible and not necessarily necessary, but I have an adoration for Dussicks that have almost no limits. I adore Dussicks. So having two of these that absolutely match the ones Trey and Joseph use, oh, it's beautiful. So that is coming. That is there. What else do we have? Our comments. And hello, Elnart Thanato. Beautiful sign in. We're talking swords and shenanigans, and I'm basically right now introing my current pile of goodies. Please, one moment while I hydrate. Excuse me. Now, let's see. We'll go over the shortest. And I say that because I already have a few of these, but these have a custom color wrap, and they are absolutely beautiful. And Dark Moon is asking, did you tell me you got something from LK Chen a while ago? I believe he did. Yes, the Ribaldo, and a magnificent Chujin as well. Dark Moon, have you enjoyed these blades? Good quality. And hello, Grant Lankard. I had my first ever Dussick match this last week. It was not good for me. That's a beautiful thing, and I'm going to tell you why. As long as you weren't injured, if you play with a style and you enjoy it, but you get owners, that is a wonderful thing, because now you have a chance to learn a new style, learn about your own weaknesses, and improve. That's the sweet spot of where somebody who is a student of martial arts should be. The stiletto trainer is delightful, but I'm going to have to speak to our good friend Christian after I sort this whole business out, about making a small sword trainer similar in lines and grip to this, because while this is a stiletto and you should not be grabbing the keyhole grip on a stiletto, the oh god, it's so nice. The quick parry is delightful. The windshield washer is delightful. Now, we sparred with this, and what we found is both Trilaina and I were a little hesitant to get in the kind of range, because this is a stabbing weapon and it has no flex. So I may see about requesting one of these, if possible, in the slightly flexier plastic that he has. That being said, the stiletto trainers are very inexpensive. They are very nice, and it should be working. You should be able to get stuff through this link on the screen, and I should get credit for it. But I need to gather up some money so that I can order some custom rigs, because I do love custom swords, and I do love what Christian Dorst can do. So this is beautiful. This is beautiful. Let me see. Where are we in the chat? Let's see. DIY back scratcher. Every trainer's a back scratcher. I still need to do that video. Yes, they're amazing. The Ribalta takes some getting used to with the Western style balance, but I love them both. I understand, and you will find the gin. Hold on, I won't put this. And of course, I have my gins are all out. No, they're not. There should be a gin trainer laying around here somewhere. Aha! Anyway, if my wrist will allow it, many of the Eastern style parries, instead of pivoting at the wrist like you see in most Western style, there is, and it is difficult for my wrist to do because my wrists are rather highly damaged, but there is a type of disengage where the pivot point is here, and it's fascinating, and these feel very tippy relative to Western balance. Well, different. Now, Thesis is going to get mad at me because he did a whole video on Chinese sword drawing, but I've got way too many years of Japanese drawing and sheathing the sword to not still do it that way. And that lovely trainer and I, in the remarkably near future, are going to become much better friends again because it's been too long. I got this for like $40 on from Amazon. It is a truly beautiful trainer. I teased Thesis mercilessly with it, but only because I knew his lovely wife had spoken to me about where can I get one with that price. I can order it. Don't tell Thesis, and we'll make him suffer. Because Foxy is an angel, and I do love allowing her to cause all manner of trouble. Love you, Foxy. I know you're probably in a green room right now, but Thesis, do pass the love on. And sorry to hear you weren't feeling good, brother. I'm so out of loop, it's ridiculous, I think. But I'll be here from time to time as I can. Don't think I've been around for maybe a month. Probably, possibly longer, but that's okay. People come, people go. We're always here for you. And glad to see you again, Sarah. And it's great news. I still have plans for the Ribaldo, if they are not yet discontinued. Oh, yes. And Sarah says, all good, though. A lot of homework and work. You too, Foxy. And yeah, Foxy's right here. Why am I saying needs love? I can pass love along right now. And hello, Foxy, if I didn't greet you. I've got a lot going on. Got a table to take care of at work. Be right back. Of course, Dark Moon. We'll be here. Last time I checked, they were still available. Excellent. The numbers have been removed from some of our names. What the deuce is up with this new feature? To encourage more comments? Dear Lord, if they want me to comment more than usual, when I'm here saying I'll be AFK and then comment a bazillion times, wah! I adore your input, Sarah. I have never given you flack for it. Okay? Right, Sarah? That's insane. Yeah, weird way to spend their time and energy. Who needs to compete on comments? And greetings from Grant Riker to Sarah. Got Father's Day 2024? I believe so. Right, who on earth needs to be encouraged to make 900 comments? It's good to see. Did I end up figuring what to do with your live steel rapier, Nick? Wow, it's been a long time. If you were talking about my classic rapier that I've been training with, I will probably be making a plaque and retiring that to a place of glory. Just because I do the polypropylene so much. If you're speaking of another live steel rapier, I don't remember what you're referring. If it's something else, so please let me know. And while we're waiting on that response, because it's been a while, kiddo. We have an interesting sword, and a shuttle, a chattel. Forgive my white guy mispronunciations. This is an incredibly aggressive curved sword. It flows, but it flows angrily. And the grip locks in much like a rondel dagger, actually. So if my hand were a bit larger or in a gaunt, it would lock in and just stay. I do like the outward curve because it gives you a much better defense. And of course, you have that nasty reach around pokey pokey. But I don't know much about shadow fighting. So I will be looking into that. I do have an affection for curved swords, and I now own 2 of these. I will say it's remarkably heavy for the weight. So the point of balance is, oh geez, this is, oh, is it? Is it? Will it do it? Give me a second. Okay, it's not quite perfect, but it is almost exactly balanced like the belly dance swords. To check one's balance and demeanor. Okay. I can dig it. I can dig it. And when I show that to Amanda, she's going to get a laugh. It's a fascinating blade. Like I said, I don't know enough about it yet to not wield it like, okay, curved, aggressive. This is going to feel like a saber axe. And it's interesting that we talk about that because, oh, let's see. Sorry, I think I was in a different chat. That happens. Yes. Yes, I'm in the middle of redoing my study, believe it or not. And I want to get it up, but it has to be somewhere I can reach it to regularly maintain it. How are you, Sarah? We got personal greetings and things, and Foxy. I understand now. Well, had a nice birthday, by the way. Got pizza and watched. Well, happy birthday, Grant. And that's pretty. Wow. Thank you. And African Shuttle. Yep. Just it is a cutter without reservation. It just cuts. Now, you'll notice my brain is doing strange things because when I pick up a sword, especially one of a type I haven't dealt with much, my body goes, what is this? And right now it is going full Talwar. So it is starting a very different approach that I don't think is the actual way to fight with this weapon, but I need to look into it because this is just incredibly aggressive. A lot of power behind that. And Bad Brain, oh. Always, you know what? Throw that in the links on the public group and I'll look into it. I'm interested in everybody's martial arts because there's always something to learn. And it is part of human heritage. Unfortunately, I can't find much in Luxembourgese martial arts. It's quite bothersome. I'll have to look some more. Ooh, I love the angrily flowing one for both left and right-handed. And how would you fight if opponents have opposite dom hands? That is one of the really neat things. I have the privilege, one, of being essentially ambidextrous with the sword. I have equal opportunity. These hands are rated E for everyone. But, wow. I'm talking about you, and We can discuss that later, sir. Anyway, you gotta be a little more polite because of where I am. Okay. Fighting left-handed was considered by some to be evil magic because you could do things geometrically that work different than right to right, which most people, because most people are right-handed, most people train right-handed, you train against right-handed. I train everybody against everything that I can. I want you to fight left-handed, right-handed, dual wield. I want you to fight people taller than you, people shorter than you. Now, I supported that hand so nobody would be confused about that gesture. Different styles. I want you to work so that you can find what works for you. Old habits are coming out. I'm excited. I'm feeling good enough that certain bizarre movements I picked up doing different things with different people are re-entering my physical vocabulary. I talk with my hands, and it's really interesting to see what dialect comes out when I'm discussing things, because it's like there are a group of people who I know who, when they're pointing, they don't point like this. They don't go, yeah, that. Like, he went here to here. Or this guy. It's really interesting to see. And that's okay. I will forgive you. I do not believe she has yet, because I hope I would hear about it and we would all go out to lunch. Curved and aggressive sounds like. Wait, wow. Wow. Now, whoops. Hey, Grant, everyone else been absorbed in a homework. Some brain cells died. Hey, it happens. LOL, Nichols. And fun question. Who would get distance in more quickly, someone with a knife or gun? And who would you want to disarm? Okay, this is where it gets really interesting. If you are going from a sheathed position and you are within 14 feet, now some people say 24, but we're going to say 14 feet, a knife can be drawn and deployed much faster and much easier and overrun a person going for their firearm, because you have to holster and come online. There's a more mental process than the blade, which is, if you're trained especially, to draw into the attack. There's some great videos over it, so you can cover that distance remarkably quickly. Which would I like to disarm? I have disarmed both in real life practical situations. I will always say I would rather disarm somebody with a knife than I would disarm somebody with a gun, because the margin of error is different for a knife than a gun. With a knife, you're far more likely to get hurt. With a gun, you're far more likely to get dead. And I've actually, you know what, in life, I have demonstrated the 14-foot rule personally. So I can tell you from experience, under stress, if you are going for a knife in a close quarters situation and somebody is going for a gun, in fact, they went for the gun first, hence the reason I went for the knife, because that's what I had. The knife can be deployed faster than the gun and brought to bear. Fortunately, no one got hurt, let alone died. And after a thrilling car chase, everything worked out okay in the end, at least for me. I don't know about that gentleman. I honestly wish him all the best. I hope he straightened out his life, got either the mental support or substance abuse help that he needed to not be doing things like trying to draw a gun on a guy in the bathroom. But, you know, I'm alive, he's alive, everybody's happy. Disarming knives can be a pain because, like I said, it's very easy to get cut disarming knives. And that's why I prefer verbal disarms if possible. And in my situations where I had to do knife and club disarms, a lot of the times I could use my voice. And with training and authority, plus no small amount of adrenaline, one may, if properly trained, de-escalate and or simply dominate verbally someone to make them put it down and sit down. I've had to do that a couple times. Knife struggles, I've had to repel them, but they rarely stay. I'm less likely to disarm a knife. I'm more likely to, it's easier to disable the wielder and stay clear, because usually I have a stick in hand, either a cane or a walking stick. So I'm far more likely to fall back and use range as a defense in that situation. But great questions. Love it. Yes. Left people were. I actually, because I am ambidextrous, they made me sit on my left hand when I was learning to write in school. They made me sit on it. And I'm still mad about that. So my left-handed writing is not as good as my right-handed writing. But I can draw with both. There's just a little tremor, but it's me. I have tremors. Yep, darker path, a left-handed path, left path. I bet. Nope, it's all, the term sinister comes to mind. Depends on situation, person involved. I'm primarily left-handed, but I can also use my right for many things. Now, I went there too, Grant, of course. Sorry, saw some of the comments. I have things I prefer to do left-handed versus things I prefer to do right-handed very often. For example, I prefer to shoot pistols left-handed. I usually left-eye dominant. I've trained to do both because, shock, that's what I do. But I do prefer a very classic left-handed stance, very weaverish, elbows tucked, thumbs stacked. Unless, of course, I'm using a revolver, wherein the more teacup to keep my upper hand, support hand, out of the backblast. But that's neither here nor there. And southpaw, the more you know. I wish I don't have that video thing. And we're just, yes, you are. You're the bad ones. We're the rebellious ones. Good fun question. More advanced to myself. I keep thinking Drizdo Erden, but before several people's times. But timeless. Oh, Drizdo Erden is absolutely part of why I got into sword fighting. Although, my man Artemis. Oh, my man Artemis Interior, especially in the early books. If you know, you know. There are reasons why I like saber and dagger. But speaking of weapons, let's go the next that has been reviewed. He sent two of these beautiful one-handed Viking beasts. Now this is exactly as long as a weapon as I can hold. It is very, like, exact my maximum. So this is rapier length. But when I talk about the cutting, I don't usually say cutting power when I'm discussing a trainer. But this is an absolute beast. I would say this would be a comfortable. This is a long weapon for me. I can literally use Meyer longsword. Woo! Did I want my glasses? And something else. Oh, do money went down. That's okay. Meyer longsword with this. But, sorry, I smacked my audio. So yeah, this is a two-handed longsword for me, which means for Richie, it's about a comfortable length of sword. yeah, I think he'd find the grip comfortable. Somebody like John Miner would find the grip too small and actually quite uh, confining. And I would be careful again with what kind of gaunts, because you would definitely, with an open grip sword like this, you would want more of a clamshell, and making sure it fits might be tricky. But this is very aggressive. Amanda's gonna love it. This is one Manda will like. Actually, she does. I forgot. She got to try it already. I think I may have video of the drop off somewhere. I'm going to have. It's a beast taking out your equipment. Yeah, it is. It happens. Now, these I quite like. These are Koeppisches, and I am rather fond of the Koeppisch. Nice gracefulness. That's something I would do. Finesses the way we roll. So much for being visible on my end. Anyway, I'm going to be good. I'm an angel, and the horrors persist. This is a Koeppisch, which handles basically like an axe sword. The blade is very forward. The length, again, this is what I like in about a short sword. This is literally a sword for me. Let me get way out there. So this is a very comfortable length for me. It's interesting in that I will have to spar to play with the blade dynamics, but the idea of being able to just catch a small shield, pull up, and go. Yeah, I did not roll a nat 20. I'm not supposed to. He's the DM. That's true, too. Because this hook will be devastating in the right context. Again, Egyptian sword fighting techniques, not one I've studied extensively. Going to have to look at that. Even on a D100, I roll low. She's a low roller. Keeps her rolls lower. Da 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 da. This is one of my favorite personal favorites, but then again, I do love a good short sword. I like the grip. The grip on this is quite positive. I have options with it. Now, I think I would love all of these not to have the rope, but the optional grip tape. That's a matter of preference. But it does also it does also give you a surprising little thumb lock with this gap right here. So it gives you a ledge that locks the side of your thumb in. So I kind of like that. What happened with the smack was the weight was a little bit much for my wrist right now. Dual wielding these will just be cool. Anybody who loves the Mummy and the Scorpion King, get a little Anubis action in here. I'm here for it. Great fun. Now we'll go through the chat a bit. I've got one more to discuss, and then we'll go over. You might want to check in the new and upcoming and check the trainers by new. I think he did a new style gin in basic trainer. I rolled a 1 the other day, stepping on my own foot, almost fell for it. Classy. Oh, that happens. And oh my gosh, if we're all in the same room gaming, bring the bubble wrap for our protection. Absolutely. Oh, I just rolled 3, and then I go, what if I go straight from a wall, huh? The stairs? Psh, who needs stairs? Oh, I know it. So true. I haven't gamed in so long. Well, that could be arranged once the world clarifies. Now I have one more. Now, this has parallels in another trainer I have, but it does something different. You say that like it's a bad thing. I'm going to send you a link so that you can download the system that I'm basing most of my stuff off of currently. All of it is free to download. It is $7, $7.50 now to buy the basic book on Amazon. I got you. But this brings such joy. You do not know. Let me explain. Yes, I have a Vulpes tactical training axe, much like it. And it is very good. I will do a side-by-side comparison discussion in the future. But this is significantly lighter. And the lightness in this makes it better, not for effective training, but for effective impact. I can safely use this one and two-handed at a reasonable speed and not cleave the tar out of my friends to the point where I love the other trainer, but I have such muscle memory of using an axe that it's the calibration by definition is very difficult for me. To cite my love of axes, let me see. I purchased a live steel axe of a very specific nature because I said I wanted one, and we'll go back into it. This, and note the rubber guard, I need to make a leather sheath for it. It's called a boy's axe. It's a 2.25 pound. See, it's labeled. Axe, hickory handle, American made by a company called Trooper. If I were going hiking, camping, etc., this is the axe I would want to bring in place of the little hatchets. I have little, whoops. Will you let go? Really? Really? Oh, there we go. I have lots of I have my little throwing hatchet. I have my beloved little tomahawk. But if I, Nick Tucker, not demoing anything, not not trying to put on a show, if I were picking one of my primary weapons, take a look at this length comparison. Train with what you use as close as reasonably possible. I would take an axe like this because a decent knife, probably something like this. Of course, this knife as well, because this never leaves my side. And a few other basic tools I can make. Basically, I need a good saw. I can make just about anything I need to make the tools to make, theoretically, a full log cabin. It would take time, but with this kind of equipment, if I had to basically improvise a set of shelter, by the time someone found me, I would be more than capable of hosting. Would you like to sit down, have dinner? My favorite story, and I can't remember who it was or where it was, but a gentleman was lost in the woods, in the mountains of, I want to say, Yellowstone, and rescue parties were sent out. They were trying to find him. Horrible snowstorms were brewing. And when they found him, and he'd been gone out a few days on his own, scary berries, his survival structure was so nice. The people leading the rescue party decided and kind of basically asked, can we just stay here till the storm blows over? Because it's safer staying here and then leaving after the snowstorm is over than trying to leave in the snowstorm. That is what I call survival goals. And this little guy is that unique balance of it's not overpowered, it's not excessive weight, but it's enough weight. This is not tactical. This is not stylish. I'm not sure I like the varnish. So I may be forced to do some other things. And it also says, please don't try and twist things off. That's fine. But it's about finding tools and weapons that fit. Again, if I extend my two fingers, look, it's that funny body length again. It works. Much heavier, and it's too much for my wrists to cover. Much lighter, it's a shorter handle like you see with the others. I both can't fight with it. Well, I can fight with it, but it's not. It's just a quality axe. And this is a solution. This is a solution looking for a large number of problems. So it's something to think of. Yeah, the varnish is just oddly sticky. And there's a gentleman online. I might, yep, sand down. I was gonna say sand down the varnish, maybe nice green wood stain. I'm almost tempted to sand down the varnish, do the fire sealing, coat it black, sand off the excess, and then seal it. That'd make it very nice. I'm not sure. I have to decide. But the feel of this is incredible. And that's why I will always have, for all my swordsmanship and niceties, a certain proclivity towards a training axe. Because axes are where I got a lot of my start, specifically splitting mauls. But I also can block with this. It's much more dynamic. I have the reach because I'm shorter. I can disguise my situation. It is remarkable. And this may be one of my favorite trainers I've ever gotten. And like I said, I love my Vulpes training axe. Do not ever think I don't. And this material will be repeated at some point in another course. But this is light enough I can spar with my friends. And I can do so safely. And their safety is more important than my comfort or preference. So I am delighted. And I have two of them. No, I won't dual wield it because dual wielding this would be silly. I will, however, wield the heck out of this. So that concludes the introduction because everything else I have is multiples of what's already been seen. I will put a huge shout out again to Rich Asplund Jr. His generosity is incredible. Okay, Kitty, that is you don't have a wrench on this channel, so I'm going to have to fix it. If you can send the link to Foxy, she'll be able to do it. I just can't. I can't fix it from where I am in StreamYard because you'll see. Like I'm going to bring up Foxy's. See how she has a wrench, little wrench symbol. That means she can share links and she can block people who are being inappropriate, things like that. But we can. No, I have been working in StreamYard so much. I've had an opportunity to do some of the things like that from the perspective. I have to do it through YouTube. But I can certainly do that. And I will gladly check my email in a bit, Grim. I actually plan to shortly after the stream. But we've gone over a whole lot of trainers. Next week we should have more sparring. I'm hoping to get good footage of that. There may be shenanigans. We'll see who can come out. Yeah. But it was well done. That's also why we don't get a lot of problematic people on my streams. And again, I'd like to remind everybody here, yes, the foot guy. I would like to remind everybody here, if you've recently bought from PHA, please reach out to him and make sure I get the credit I deserve. Okay? Thank you. I know, and I can't do anything about it, Sarah. I am sorry about that distraction. But guys, I will be, once I've saved up money again, because I just splurged a lot to get some other things, I will be doing some more ordering in the future, looking to see if I can get get a proper mask in my size. I would like to save up and get one that actually has back of the head protection. The other thing I wanted to talk about, and I really wish Trilaina were here because it's important. In many, what HEMA is realizing, there have been some issues, and they are realizing that a gorget goes all the way around your neck to support your neck and help prevent rapid motions and damage to your neck and concussions. So we will talk about that in a later video. Well, don't keep us in suspense. What trainer are you talking about, Thesis? And because there's been a lot going on, so I want to talk about that. There is a lot of people are buying the Red Dragon throat protector, and it's a great throat protector for lighter weapons, but it does, because it's open on the back, it doesn't protect your cervical vertebra. Not cervical. Shoot, maybe it's the top 7 vertebrae in your neck, which mine need it especially, and it doesn't support your head. Now, they are uncomfortable, but they happen for a reason. This is why shields and helmets need to have a certain amount of weight to them. And we're going to talk about that, too, in an upcoming video. It may be one that I actually pre-record for this channel expressly, but we shall see. If you've enjoyed what you've watched, please like, share, and subscribe. Let me look at that because, okay. One second. Evil Collectibles. And what I will do is I will just move this to new window. We can look at this. I'm not on a strict time schedule. I don't mind running late. So let me bring this up. Share screen, entire screen, boom, boom. And you said polypropylene blade spear head. Oh, I see. Now, looking at that head, it is threaded for the black spear pole, much like the different heads. Now, oh, that's only $9. Okay, I don't know if there is any flex in the, oh, geez, I didn't hit add to stage. I'm sorry. That style does not look like it has flex to it. So screw in separately on one side of the shaft, crescent blade flame. So it is very interesting, but it doesn't have flex to it, and it's very expensive. I would, in your situation, giving your funds, simply pick up one of these polypropylene spearhead and get a tapered wooden broomstick handle. $24 inches. Oh, look, live steel spearheads. There's also, if you like spearheads, I don't know if I trust these blunts. Because safety with spears is such a thing. They have to be flexible, that it is really, really hesitant. So give me just a second. We'll give it a moment. And we are going to go poly. Oh, we'll go spearhead. That should get us where we need to go. Search. Yes. I purchased just the head. Here we go. If you want to go pricier, I purchased one of these for Manda. They are actually SCA safe. It's a specific shape. Oh, I know. You're looking for the crescent halberd, basically. Again, well, whoops, sorry. Give me a second. I would consider, whoops. I don't know why I'm zoomed out. It's very strange, but we'll worry about that later. A spearhead like that is a show spearhead. So it is something you could train, you could drill with, you could do demos with, but I would not at all call that a safe to fight head at all, due to the sharpness of it. But it does look like it's made by a similar company to the ones I've been using. And I can see that. You probably like some of their masks, Nick. Well, let me see. I will check this because it apparently is an on-screen kind of situation. And let me see. Sorry. I got an email from you, but I don't know. Oh, we'll talk on the bench situation, but I don't know about the masks. We'll have to look into that too. But hey, Sarah, you go with God. Have a wonderful evening. If you need anything, don't hesitate to ask. Later, Sarah. Great to see you again. Ditto, brother. Message above the other you have pulled up. Oh. Is it? I may be just having... Yeah, I am having some technical difficulties on my end. No, in the YouTube comments. Masks. Hold on. Email sent. Okay, boom. Email sent. Oh, you know what? You don't have a wrench, so if you put a link, it got eaten. Because there's no comment there. So you'll have to email me the link. I will probably spend some time wrenching people in the next week. Beyond that, guys, it looks like a nice time to wrap up. We've got an hour and a half. And honestly, I would like to finish my dinner too. Oh, just sent through email. Let's see. Actually, go here. Sorry, I got to move around. I don't want to risk showing anybody, but come on. Anything that they're not supposed to see. Oh, okay, that kind of mask. All right, I will look them up. And I'll talk about that maybe next time, maybe on Nevermind the Furthermore. Depends on what kind of masks those look up. But I am intrigued. With that, guys, first off, I love you all. Thank you so much for what you do to support me and the fighting community. Good things are coming. Secondly, guys, do your drills. Keep your eyes open. And keep your guard up. Be kind to yourself and each other. And as always, thank you for supporting local Swordmaster. I will be back next week for another another Historical Fencing Guild live stream. I will be here Monday on Kick and Twitch, same channel. On YouTube, the channels are split because it was a way of protecting the content. All that being said, you can find me there Monday at 10 a.m. Eastern. I am working on the new manual. I just have about 2 weeks to get out. Oh, no, I don't have 2 weeks. I have about a week to try to finish up at least the rough draft for a RPG that has been carefully requested by some dear people. So I will be working largely on that. And then after that, Rapid Rapier gets more tweaking, and I have to work on trying to get the new expansion edition for Big Stompy Robots out by September 14th. I would love to get it by my birthday. The Himbo RPG, basically, the simplified RPG based on how I actually run games for some of my younger gamers who can't be part of that program. Sorry, we're getting some message overlap, but it all needs to be taken care of. Guys, I love you, and you should too, and I will see you all very soon. Toodles.